Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Glens Falls Board of Public Safety meeting for Wednesday, March 11th. We have a quorum. So the first item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone here from the public? Mr. Agnew?
Madam Mayor, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Great. Where would you like me, Peter?
Pardon me?
Where should I be?
Anywhere behind the mayor.
Okay. Very good.
Not too far away.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. I'm here representing the hospital. My name is Ray Agnew. I'm the Vice President of the hospital. And I would like to offer a suggestion as you consider some of the parking changes, and I also have a map. I'm happy to talk about that now. Or if you prefer to wait till that comes up on the agenda, I can address it then. So whatever works best for the group.
Go ahead.
Go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So I know that you're looking at some changes in parking, and one of the ones as a possibility is, here you go, that's
Sure.
right. Is to, if I will say, maybe shrink the areas where ticketing would happen, as I understand it, I don't know all the details. But as I understand it, one of the possibilities is that Hudson Avenue would no longer be 2-hour parking. And one of the things that we have discovered over the years is that, particularly between School Street, which is where 14 Hudson is, and New Prime Street, which is directly across from the hospital main entrance, we have quite a few patients who park there, particularly for 14 Hudson. And so one of the things that we were told was that it was possible that you would use the bid map. So
Yeah.
I used that as an example. If we could just possibly extend the 2-hour parking down to the main hospital entrance, we think that would be better for our patients. We know that there's some controversy, there has been in the past with our employees saying, well, there should be free parking, but they have plenty of parking in all honesty. The other thing, and this may not be for this group, but one of the things, and I've actually seen this myself this year, when we have a normal winter like this winter was, and Hudson Avenue gets plowed, the snowbanks get pretty big, and there's no way to get over them to the sidewalk. And so, and because there's been so much snow, this is not, I'm trying to call out DPW at all, they're doing a great job there. Because there's so much snow, the cars are parked and they're sticking out in the street a little bit, and then I've got patients walking on Hudson Avenue to get to 14 Hudson. So one of the other things that we would like to consider, or have the city consider, is the ability for Glens Falls Hospital to clear through those snowbanks so that there's openings to get to the sidewalk. But there's a curb there, so what we would propose, and we would flesh this out in more detail for whichever group should look at it, is that we do curb cuts with some sidewalk to the sidewalk, so that once we clear the snow out of there, we can also keep it maintained, make sure there's no ice on it, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how many we would propose at this point, but the idea would be to make it safer for people to park and get to the sidewalk to then get to 14 Hudson and into the hospital.
So though, I mean, it sounds like there's two separate issues, right?
Correct.
One is the parking, which we're considering today, and the other one is kind of an early brainstorming stage, right?
Correct.
I would say we should probably have you talk with Tom from DPW a little bit on that. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, the map that I handed out
Uh-huh.
is the red lines show where the 3-hour limit would be, and they are based on what is in the law that has been proposed. And I
It's
think,
still on there, Steve.
what?
It's Hudson Avenue still on there, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's right here is you, right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is 3-hour parking, and this is the spot, the block you were just talking about, right?
Correct.
That one, yeah. So that one is listed in the law as 3-hour parking in front. Remaining
Yeah.
3-hour parking. Yeah, you would be restricted. You would be restricted in time in the red areas, along the red lines.
Mhm.
So, and that's staying, nothing in the proposals would change that.
Right.
Okay.
And that is what is in the law that had been distributed today. Yeah.
I just don't want
And-
that they did both.
What are you saying?
So in front of the hospital, Hudson Avenue, what's being proposed is only the hospital side, the other side would be all-day parking.
Oh,
So that would just be, that's all, I just wanted to know.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen patients park on that side of the street.
Right, that's, I just wanted to, yeah, we're good.
So this map
this map is, that's fine with us.
You have no concerns about it? Okay, perfect.
I can talk to Tom, and then maybe it's a zoning board issue, I'm not sure, in terms of the road cuts.
Be planning board.
Planning board, but in terms of who, you're saying you would like the hospital to help?
We would, I mean, it's our as I understand it, because that sidewalk is in front of our property, it's
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
responsibility to maintain that sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
So what we'd like to do to enhance that maintenance is get cuts through so people can move the sidewalk when they come on the street.
Oh, okay, I think I misunderstood your earlier thing, so I wouldn't say talk to Tom, I would say that's planning board, that you
Okay.
go for curb cuts, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, once we
Yeah.
have a plan fleshed out, we'll do that.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Can I enter into the record, or however that would be done, that I just handed out a slight revision of the law? We missed a couple of the spots where it should have said 3 hours. It said 2, and we had changed it to 3. And I missed a couple while I was editing yesterday, and Taylor, our lawyer, caught it and sent them in. That's all that's changed between what's in the packet and what I just handed out is that all the hours that are restricted are 3 hours.
So we haven't gotten to really discussing
okay.
that, it's just that Ray was here for
Okay.
public comment, but we can hold out for discussion in a moment. Is there anyone else from the public here to address us? No? Okay. So then we move on to the consent agenda. Is there anything that anyone would like to pull for discussion?
I would, Mayor,
Yeah.
I would like to pull the 3.3, the Bear Club
Okay,
crawl, please.
okay. Does anyone want to pull the parking for discussion, or do you feel comfortable with it?
That was
You're okay?
That was fine.
Okay.
Parking, did anybody else have a concern about the parking changes?
Okay, all right. So, would anyone like to we'll pull, well, let's talk about it first, I guess. Let's talk about approve the bear crawl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just have questions regarding it.
Okay,
It is a large space of area. And it, even though it is a Saturday,
uh-huh,
and, however, Crandall Street is, a large part of it.
mhm,
Sherman Avenue, Fire Road, and then up through Kensington.
mhm.
It's, again, it is a Saturday, but it's a busy area. It's a busy area. And any event of this caliber, where we have individuals crossing roads,
Mhm.
they need to have crossing guards at every stop, every intersection.
Okay,
And there's,
There's
Nine.
9, yeah, there's 9 just on Crandall Street.
on Crandall,
9 intersections.
on Crandall alone,
Uh-huh,
and then coming across Sherman and then out Grant.
okay,
And people think it sounds silly, but it really is necessary. There's stop signs, cars are coming up, people are going, who's got the right of way?
Right.
And so if there's an individual there, then what they have to be there to, the school needs to provide and make sure they know they're all there, they've got all those spaces covered. And with the volunteers wearing vests, that, I am hesitant until, I was really hoping that someone could be here and we could talk to them about it.
mhm,
I think it's wonderful what they're trying to do, but
yeah,
it's important that they know
mhm,
the importance of covering
mhm.
everything.
It looks like this event is in May, so
Yes,
if
yes, we have to-
if we tabled it, we could
Absolutely.
talk to them.
Yes.
and- Yeah.
Yes.
Which one is that, Michelle?
The bear crawl, the school
Oh,
district
right,
one.
Yeah, we're waiting on the proper COI anyway, so.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
first-time event too, so it's
Right.
important.
is, yes,
It's
that's-
important that we make our feelings known now for the first one. So you won't have to repeat it going down.
Why don't we see if we can get someone from the school district to come to our next meeting?
If they were here, we would say, okay, you gotta coordinate with the police chief. Sit down with the chief, figure out what you're gonna do.
Okay, so maybe let's give them that input before
Yeah,
and then,
happy to
yeah.
work with them,
Yeah.
happy to work with them and help
Okay.
them any way we can.
Okay. Okay,
Just pedestrian
Yeah.
safety is number one. So
Okay.
if we may table that, please.
Sure.
Make the motion to table that.
I'll second that.
okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, so 3.3 is tabled.
Yes.
And it sounds like just with the goal of working with them to make it safe. Yep, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the rest of the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Ryan,
Second.
second. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the consent agenda is approved. And then we'll go to new business. So 4.1 is to discuss the placement of handicap parking spaces on South Street. CPS 49. Is there anyone who wanted to address this to the board?
I don't really understand what they're looking for. I know they're, Steve, you walked it.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Steve Thurston for the record.
What do they, what more?
Yeah, we've heard from a couple of people that they had handicapped spaces, or they believed they had handicapped spaces. They own properties, businesses on the street, and they're feeling as though some of their patrons are having a hard time getting to them. I did not, and I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything, but I did not see evidence of former handicapped spaces on South Street, except for the one that is in the code in front of Peter's Diner. That's not to say that they're lying or anything. There's been a lot of work done on South Street, and so there's a chance that something got, buried or whatever. Also, the ones obviously at the pavilion are no longer at the pavilion. And so they were just sort of hoping to, I don't know, I think kickstart a conversation on this and try to figure out if more could be done.
Is this the businesses on South Street?
Yeah, it was a couple of people, just a couple, but, they both were, separately, they both came to us kind of saying, what happened to the spaces.
This should be looked at because going forward to be a lot more traffic,
Yeah,
foot traffic in that area.
And we would have to address the could cut.
yeah, it was interesting that, I imagine there was somebody who lived maybe right above Peter's Diner or something who needed it at one point, and the city said, yeah, we can give you a spot there, and now it's a handicapped space in the middle of a block with a fairly high curb, so.
So what are they asking? Are they just asking us to discuss this and,
Yeah, and I suppose if it, piques your interest, look into it further or something.
So at the Common Council meeting last night, Councilman Lapham said that he would like to see the city place a moratorium on ticketing people who have handicap placards while we examine if we have adequate handicap spaces available. And this was just last night, so I haven't had time to talk with the police or research that at all. He said that he would work on some sort of motion to bring before the council, but I think the reason he brought that up is because one of the business people is his constituent. Well, they probably both are, but one in particular I know has been reaching out to him. And so this is where this is coming from. So I don't know if you all have an opinion on that or.
I don't think it would hurt to have someone look at it based on the increased flow of traffic, foot and vehicle.
I don't know if the police have any input on that or.
We can have Amber take a look into account
Okay.
for next month.
So do you think it would be a reasonable idea to, if someone has the handicap placard currently, just don't ticket them? I don't know if that's legal to do that. That's what the request is.
The problem that you run into is then why don't you do it on this street, why don't you do it
Yeah.
on that street, why don't
Right.
reopening up that
Yeah.
can of worms.
So that was the kind of informal request that the council member made last night, but he did understand he would need to research it and actually bring a motion. So that's just that's where this conversation is coming from.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you wanna look into that at all and let us know. I did reach out to, our city engineer to ask him if he was aware of any handicap spots being removed from South Street. He said no, and the
There
clerk's
was.
off.
We looked into it, so there was one, the last time you can even see the remnants of a handicap spot in front of where Southpaw is now, was like 2010, and you could
Oh.
barely see it, so there was probably one there a very long time ago, but it definitely,
Yeah.
and it was never in code,
Yeah.
and I think they bumped that out where, Empire,
But the-
yes, and I don't know if maybe that also affected it because of just
Mhm.
size.
That would make sense, because I
Yeah.
didn't see any, I didn't even see the
Uh-huh.
signposts in the
Yeah, it's from
sidewalk.
a long,
Yeah,
it's
so.
a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I had asked him if anything in the recent construction had
Yeah,
been
no,
changed, and he said
Yep,
no,
no,
so.
not at all.
Yeah, okay, so I guess where we'll leave that is, right now it was just a topic for discussion.
Okay.
You can look into it, Chief Smith, let us know what you find out, and then if the council person brings a motion, we'll discuss it further. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. The next item is discussion of the chief of police replacement process. Did you want to talk about that, Chief?
Sure.
We're kicking and screaming the entire
Oh,
way.
sorry.
I may kick you on the way.
So I can tell you what I've done so far. I sent out a letter of interest to the participants, or the people that would be eligible to take the chief's exam, and I have 2 right now that are interested. So I sent you all an email seeing if we can set up interviews next week. So you can do the interviews, and from that point, you appoint the next chief of police and make a provisional on a certain date. It's provisional, until I officially retire. And then it remains provisional until that person passes the chief's exam. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just looking for your availability for next week. Preferably you guys like during the day, so that seems to work.
Okay.
Is it our intention to promote from within the department and not bring in an outsider?
That was my preference. I think we have some candidates from within that would, I think we have some options, yeah.
That would be my
Yeah,
preference.
uh-huh.
Mine too.
Mhm.
That's historically the way it's been.
Okay. So I think I saw a couple people get back with their availability, but if everyone could just make a point to do that, then you can
Number.
get that scheduled. Yep,
Yep, will do.
all right.
I did verbally with Chief tonight.
Oh, okay.
Let me know, Jared, let me know.
I will.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Other new business brought to the board by motion on the floor. Let's see. Go to the correct page for that.
Literally all it is.
There's actually.
Steve, were you just indicating that the agenda continues here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought I was looking to see, yeah.
Sorry.
The motion for the board, the board
Okay.
motion threw me off.
Yeah.
The 2
Yeah.
reports from the chiefs are at the end.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any new or old business? Is that what you meant by that?
That's
Does
what I
anyone
meant,
have any
yeah.
new or old business they want to bring forward at this point? Okay, all right, so then we'll go to Police Chief Smith's monthly report. Getting your steps in.
As you'll see in your packet, we included the annual report for 2025. Not sure if you had a chance to read all of it. It's very extensive. Our detective, Lieutenant French, put that together for us. So take your time, read through it. And it's quite extensive. He did a lot of work on it. So I just want to give him credit for that. It takes a while, but we got all the statistics and everything that's included in that.
That was nicely done and impressive.
Yes, he did an amazing job, yes. From the last meeting, the question came up on the parking on J Street. So Assistant Chief Diamond did some research on that, so I'll have him come up and explain what he found.
So I know last month, there was discussion about parking as it relates to J Street. And it was around that same time that actually an issue was brought to our attention that during an event at the Harding Mazzani Arena, that cars were parked on both sides of the street because the signage there is not super clear as to what the intent is there. I'm just looking to see if the signage on J Street can match what's in the city charter. Councilman Rice helped me out and did some research, which I looked at in the city charter, and it says that on the west side, I got some pictures here. I included some pictures in the email I sent. But as the city charter reads, is that J Street on the west side, parking is prohibited on the entire length. So when you first turn onto J Street on the west side, there is one sign off to the right near the Social Security building. But for the entire length of it, up until you get to the point with Stitchman Towers, there's a sign on the telephone pole there. So there should probably be one on the other side indicating that parking is prohibited.
On the east side,
On the west side.
on the west side.
Yeah, and then on the east side, well, it says tow-away zones in 208 of the city charter. J Street, both sides designated as a tow-away zone from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday. The issue with that is that the time when there's going to be the most congestion in that area is likely going to be after 7 o'clock if there's an event at HMA. And what's happening is there's a lot of calls for service for the fire department. Maybe the chief can back me up there. It's hard to get fire apparatus through that location. There's cars on both sides. So.
I thought, I took a drive down, it's very close to the signage I was looking for on Warren Street.
Yeah.
I kind of chuckled because the right side is, as you said, pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It'd be the west side, no parking. I turned my vehicle and I came out and looked at the east side, and it said, almost where there's no parking from here to corner, and the corner's about 200 yards north. So I just think,
That's right, yes. As you go out from Stitchman,
Yeah.
if you're going north on J Street, on the east side of the road, the first sign says no parking here to corner. Then the second one says no parking anytime tow-away zone. And then the third sign, when you get out to Warren Street, says no parking anytime. So just if there could be some consistency to that. And also, the sign that's on the telephone pole that is right in front of Stitchman, it says tow-away zone, but it actually faces like the wrong direction. So I can see how it could be extremely confusing to drivers. And we don't want to be in a situation where we have to tow both sides of the street during,
it's a
the
narrow
HMA event.
event.
We just want to make sure everything's clear because that is a high area for parking. So we want to make sure that everybody that's coming here for a show or a game is clear as to where they can be. That it can also provide access to fire apparatus.
So do you have a recommendation on what the signs should say, where they should be?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the regulations are with the distance, the length between parking signs. And also just so that the signs are consistent with what the charter says. So, on the west side, for it to say no parking, tow-away zone. Well, it said tow-away zone each side, but maybe have it be looked at to change the time frame. Because the 7 o'clock hour is,
Was before
yeah.
the civic center.
So I'm not sure how the process starts, if it starts with with Board of Public Safety, and then it gets forwarded to, Common Council's.
Is that the Conklin building on the east side? That's changed its function over the years.
Yeah,
too.
it's, now it says the apartments
That's an
and,
apartment building.
yeah.
So the west side is no parking ever, right?
Yeah,
The east side, then it's both sides are tow away, but only certain times.
yes,
Parking's over there.
yep.
Would we-
No, because that's a,
Because when it says no parking any time, it's confusing because
Well, then
it's
when
like
there's
technically
no
you
way.
can during those hours.
With the tow away zone.
In the tow away zone, yeah. So-
It's pretty ambiguous, the whole
Is
street.
that necessary, do you think it's necessary to have no parking? You're saying on either side of the street?
Because it's very narrow.
I don't know, Chief Motor, do you think it
Yes.
should be no parking on
I
either
think
side?
Firethorn has their own.
No parking on either side,
I
okay.
agree with that, it's very narrow.
Do you,
especially with the social security building now.
if this board wants to make a motion to say that, I'll take that motion. Do you want to make a motion to change J Street to no parking on either
I'll
side?
make that motion.
I'll
Second.
second it.
You'll second it?
Who,
Okay.
because 3 A's.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, okay.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now, I think that would have to go to the common council.
So
Is
it
this an
would be-
advisory opinion to the?
So this would go to Taylor to draft a local law, then
Right,
to the common
To the
council.
common
Yep,
council,
For a
yeah.
public hearing, yep.
yeah. So,
And I can make it so that matches the code schedule or something.
yep, okay, so Taylor's our city attorney, so she'll get the information and then it'll go to the common council with your, motion to approve that. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So the next item is Fire Chief Motor's monthly report.
I'll be on your good side. Everybody has the monthly report in front of them. Our training hours for this month is 508 hours total for the department. And that does not include the 4 individuals, actually 5 that we were missing for the month of February. Our captain, who is now back on duty, today is his first day from deployment down in Texas. On the Coast Guard, he is back well tanned and in safe condition and back serving our community. So he is back in commission for us. We also are hosting our firefighter agility on the 27th of March. This will be for our new group of firemen and fire ladies as well, who took our test in January of this year. So hopefully we can move forward with appointing 4 individuals when those results come back out. At the end of this meeting, I'd like to request executive session to discuss some employment situations that are going on and discipline moving forward.
Chief, how many you got on your firefighters exam list?
Currently, we have 12
Wow, good.
that took the test, but that also counts if they took it other
Right,
other places. Which Schenectady just put out their list, and Troy, that they fired 3 individuals in each department, so that very well could have been 6 guys or ladies that took our test as well, so. It just was 6 if that's the case.
Troy has exploded. Troy has just
Exactly.
gotten so many people.
Everybody's hurting the same way.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to accept.
Uh-huh. We have to, I guess we should accept the police chief
Yes.
report.
A motion to accept the police chief's report.
Okay, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. And then we have a motion, fire department, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Is there any other business anyone would like to discuss at this time? Okay, then I will ask for a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters related to discipline.
So
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? We are in executive session.